Good morning, live from Chattanooga. Uncle Dan here. I have on my screen a simple Word document I created to go review, a high-level review real quick about the philosophy of what we're doing, right? Number one, the game. Whenever we're communicating, right, this is my recommendation in business and in your personal life, it doesn't matter. We want to build
Hello?
trust always. Is that Mitch? Somebody said something. So we want to build trust always and cause action to occur because we're on the planet to produce results, right? So if you build trust and you cause action to occur, my studied opinion, that's as good as it gets, whether it be in business or in your personal life, right? That's the game, a philosophy for communication. Make sense, Curtis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now in business, let's change the topic to business. So you guys are in a 3-act play, right? So how do we build trust on the inbound call? We make a declaration. I'm going to help you. I can help you with that. I'm the guy. Very simple. I can help you with that. And we add a time element. The time element causes the action to occur, creates a commitment to action. When? At 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, right? So I can help you 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That produces trust and action. Act 2 in the play is when they walk in the store. And so the customer walks in the store for the first time. How do you build trust? Quickly. You look him in the eye and say, hey, Curtis, let me show you around Trick Trucks. Let me show you what we do here. And I'll show you around in Tire Pros operation too. Boom. You don't ask them. You tell them, I'm going to show you around. And you walk around and you explain what you do. And if you don't have time to do a whole tour, you do it in 1 minute. 1 minute tour right there. And you explain to them what you do here. Let me tell you what we do here. And by the way, I'm going to take care of whatever it is, the primary concern, the oil change. I'm going to put the tonneau cover on, whatever it is. I'm going to use oil change for an example. I'm going to take care of the oil change for you by 4 o'clock. That produces the action. I promise you, you take care of the primary concern item, the reason the guy came in. I'm going to take care of that for you. Oh, and what else I'm going to do for you is I'm going to inspect the vehicle and I'm going to call you or I'm going to talk with you. But if they're in the store, let's just assume since we're working on the phone today that
Hello.
you're going to call the guy back, right? So I'm going to take care of the oil change. I'm going to inspect the vehicle, and I'm going to call you. That produces the action, these simple commitments, right? Act 3, which is what we're going to practice today, right? The outbound call in Act 3. The trust and the credibility and everything is built when you call a customer up and you say, look, I've got great news for you. Can you talk for a minute? Who doesn't want to hear great news? Linda called me yesterday. That's how she started the conversation. Dan, I got really good news. She wanted to report to me about a client that was making really good progress. Right? And I said, fabulous. Tell me about it. What's going on? Everybody loves good news. So that's how you start off Act 3. Then how you produce the action is you just say, look, what I want to do for you today, Steve, is blah, 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 blah. The reason I want to do it is because da 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 da. And I promise you, I'm going to have it all done for you by 4 o'clock. You can come in then or I'll come get you. Which would you prefer? Simple. And you produce the action by making a commitment as to what you're going to do. Again, 3 simple acts, all held together by building trust and making a commitment to some form of action. Right? So let's jump into it. It's a little reminder, little crash course reminder. Let me jump into there we go. So this is level 3, right? So here's the game. We're going to play today. Curtis, since you have a different company, you don't really deal with oil changes that much, do you?
Yeah, well, sure. I deal with both sides, but I do deal with the our accessory side more.
All right. So then I want you to listen to what we're doing, and then you tell us what you want to call Brian about. Brian is the customer. Brian, you're there, buddy? Brian Patton.
Yep.
Brian is the customer. All right, good. Brian's the customer, and so let's start with. Let me start with. Go down the list with Steve Coward. Steve, I want you to call Brian. You've got his car. Here's the scene. This is the same for everybody except for Curtis is going to be a little different. You got the car up on the lift. You're just about done with the oil change, and you're calling him back to discuss the vehicle. And you start off the conversation by saying, Brian, I've got great news. Can you talk for a minute? TMSG, tell me something good. Right? And then you tell him all the stuff you did for him. Right? We've done this before, right, Steve? Steve Coward, you there, buddy? Hello? Can you hear me, Curtis?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where Steve went away. Mitch, are you there? Everybody left me. That's funny. All right, Curtis, looks like you're up at bat, buddy. I wanted you to go last, but so what are you going to call up about?
All right, I'm calling him.
You're calling Brian.
Okay.
You've got his truck. You're calling him to close on whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, we can do it for service. It's no problem. I mean, I deal
All
with
right,
both
so do
sides.
it.
So.
All right, good. So do it. So here's the situation. He dropped the truck off for an oil change, and you're calling him back to tell him he needs to close him on a front brake maintenance, basic front brake maintenance. That's what we're practicing. Okay.
Okay. And all right. So I'm just going to talk to him about basic brake maintenance after I tell him the oil change is good and his brakes are in needing a service. Is that what we're after?
Yeah. Have you done this? Have you done this approach yet?
I haven't. This is the first time for this one.
All right, good.
Like
So
Why don't we do?
I'll run it
Uh,
through with Brian
I was gonna
first.
say, why don't we do just an inbound call with him since he's new?
We could do that. Which would you prefer, Curtis? You want to do an inbound call, or you want me to show you how to do this outbound call?
the only way you get experience is by getting your feet wet. So it's either way.
All right, good. So here, Brian, let me demonstrate because I see Laura. Laura is on the call. Laura,
Yes, sorry,
hi,
I was
Laura.
coming in. I was kind of busy here on the counter, but I'm here.
That's all right. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning.
2 days in a row. Amazing. I'm down here in
Lucky.
Chattanooga working with Laura yesterday. So here's an outbound. Here's an outbound call. Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Hello.
Hey, is this Brian?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Brian, this is Dan over here at Trick Trucks. I've got good news for you, my friend. Can you talk for a couple of minutes about your truck?
Sure.
Hey, listen, you know, we're doing the oil change. I did the inspection on the vehicle just like we discussed. And let me tell you something. I know you got 128,000 miles on this vehicle, but it's in good shape, really good shape. If we keep maintaining it like this, it's going to last a long time. But here's what we've done. I topped off all the fluids for you. I checked the battery for you. We checked your air conditioner is blowing fine, cool. We tested that for you, right? I tested or checked the tread depth on all the tires all around. Everything's good. The wiper blades are good. Everything's good for the summer months, my friend. Take this truck wherever you want to go, right? At the same time, all I want to do today for you, in addition to the oil change, is some simple front brake maintenance. The reason I want to do the maintenance is because the brake pads are worn out 95% of the way. You've only got 5% braking material left. I do not. More good news. I don't have to change out the rotors. I can just resurface the rotors on the front of the vehicle. So, the oil change and the front brake service, the basic service, is only $365 out the door. I will have everything done for you by 4 o'clock, just like we discussed. And you can come in then, my friend, or I can come get you, have somebody come get you. What's going to work for you?
Only $365.
By the way, just so you know, we also have payment plans, if that should be of interest to you. Yeah, but 365 is a great deal. And like I said, I'll have it ready by 4.
It's actually not that bad. All right, sounds good. I'll see you then. Why don't you call me when it's ready?
I will, my friend. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So that's it, Curtis.
Yeah.
So the key move here is what I want to do for you, the reason I want to do it, and I promise you I'll have it done by 3 or 4 o'clock, whatever.
Okay.
It's only going to be 365, whatever your price is for the oil change, and just a simple approach, right? And the choice closes. Look, you can come in then, or I'll come get you. Which is going to work for you? Simple.
Okay.
And if there's an issue at that point, you go into box 3. If there's a question or issue, price, financing, whatever it is, you can go in, or payment plans, you can go into box 3. Right? So let me just erase all these marks and we'll go for it. I love this. This is like improv.
Mhm.
No mistakes. It's just practice. Go ahead, Curtis.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Hello.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Brian. How are you? This is Curtis at In-N-Out Tires.
All right. Good
That's
morning.
great.
Thank you.
We're servicing your vehicle this morning, and we've completed the oil change that we discussed this morning, and we've also done a full vehicle inspection. And doing that vehicle inspection, we checked your air filter, we tested your battery, we topped off all your fluid, and we took a peek at your tires, and everything seems to be in great shape. While we're doing the tire rotation, we did take a peek at your brakes like you requested, and we did notice that they are due for service on the front. So, and the reason we want to do this is because there seems to be a strong rust ridge around the rotor, and the pads are down to 4 millimeter, which is time to start thinking of discard. We can get this done for you today by around 3 o'clock, and the total price with the oil change would be $350 out the door. How's that sound to you?
Sounds doable.
Okay.
Guess it is time. I need to get those pads done, so why not do it while it's there?
Yeah, absolutely. So we will have this done by 3 o'clock for you. We also do have some options for you if you wanted to sign up for our Tire Pros card, which is a payment type plan that we have available, which is only about $40 a month. Get you 6 months, 0% interest. If not, we will have the vehicle ready by 3 o'clock for you.
All right, sounds good. I think I'll save that for when I do something big.
No problem.
But
Well,
it's good
I
to know.
appreciate you letting us be your car people for today, and we'll get you all taken care of.
All right, great.
Thank you.
You're gonna call me when it's ready?
Yes, sir. Absolutely will.
Uh,
And this is Curtis, and I'll call you as soon as the vehicle is ready.
All righty, sounds good. Thank you, Curtis. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Curtis, fabulous job, man. First time right out the gate. I love what you did up front. I love the way you listed all the things you did for him. Fabulous. The only thing that you didn't do, which I want you to do, is start out the conversation by saying, Brian, I've got good news for you.
Okay.
And tell him that, right? I got good news, man. The truck's in great shape. If we keep maintaining it, tell him something good about the vehicle right up front. Right?
Yeah.
Which you kind of did, but you didn't.
Well, I didn't tell him that it was good. I told him we checked it. So.
Right. It wasn't clear. Right. It was a good report, but but I want you to make that big declaration
Okay.
right up front. The other thing is you mentioned start thinking about. You got 4 millimeters or 2 millimeters left on the brakes. It's time to replace them. We're not thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
You
Yes,
see what
sir.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not. We're not thinking about it, right? I want to replace the brakes for you. Why? Because they're worn out. It's
Okay.
simple.
Yeah.
You've had a good life with those brakes. And by the way, then you could also put in something there. But what's your warranty on brakes, brake service, brake jobs?
It's a 2-year, 24,000 mile.
Yeah. So you say, look, I want to replace the front brakes for you, basic front brake service today. And just so you know, when I do that, it's only going to be $320 out the door, and it's covered for 2 years, 24,000 miles. It's a great deal. Now you can, and you can come in and pick it up at 4 o'clock, or I can come get you, which is going to work best for you. That's the question you want to ask. I don't think you want to ask, how does that sound? A lot of people do that. I don't like it. How does that sound? I think is the wrong question. If
Okay.
you're strong enough on your commitment, it's not going to be an issue.
Sure.
You don't have to ask you because you make it because you know it sounds good. If you do a good presentation, you know that it sounds good and you know that it's good value and you know you're doing the right thing. So it's really, you don't even have to ask it.
Yeah, that makes sense because when we did training previous to like starting with you guys, something that Bill came back with from a training is how's that, like we give him a tire price and it's like how's that sound to you? And you know, I always thought of it about the way like you just explained it, but it became something I said because it was what we were doing. So,
Yes.
but I have always kind of thought about it that way too, where it's like I'm kind of asking permission from them instead of just guiding them to where I want them to be.
You know, it's funny because we had Ronnie from Same Day on.
It never sounds good.
How does that sound? Is that what you're saying, Brian?
It never sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did roll off the tongue. It does roll
How
off
does
the
it
tongue
sound?
nice.
Oh,
It,
great.
yeah,
Yeah,
great. I'm
great.
glad. Thanks for that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Actually, what Brian said is true. Nobody wants to spend money with you guys. It's never good, right? It's never, whatever they got to spend is not good, but you make a solid offer. What sounds good is when you take care of them and keep them rolling on the road and keep, so they don't have to waste time on auto maintenance, that you're going to get them fixed up and on the road quickly and efficiently and economically. That's the whole, that's
It's
good.
interesting, Dan. You
Yeah.
gonna jump in a second?
Yeah. Who's this?
This is Troy.
Troy. Yes, Troy.
Hey, yeah, I was just going to say the choice close is something that is very critical when it comes to closing a sale, simply because you're not completely taking away the no answer, but you're definitely taking away the percentage chance of them saying no, I can't, or no, I don't want to. You're giving them two options, not which is I don't want to do the work.
Correct. Right. Spot on, Troy. Thank you, my friend. Troy, you want to go on this? Great work, Curtis. First time out, fabulous. Just go. This is on page. I think this is page 9 in the workbook, right? You have the workbook, Curtis. So just
Yes.
practice this, right? Practice box 1, box 2, box 1, box 2, just the way it's written there. TMSG. What I want to do for you today is basic front brake maintenance, whatever it is. I'm gonna do front brake maintenance and get you 4 new tires. The reason, because, and then you provide the evidence. Troy, you want to go for it, buddy?
Sure. Is this a callback?
It's a call back, and you're just calling. It's just about an oil change, the inspection, and front brake service, right? And on
I can do that.
Brian's Camry, he's got it driving an 07 Camry with 148,000 miles on it. Go ahead.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Hello,
Hello, can I speak to Brian, please?
this is Brian.
Hey, Brian, this is Troy at Same Day Auto Repair Center. We are looking at your vehicle here, the Toyota, the 07 Toyota you brought in for an oil change. We've got that oil change completed, and in the process, we also did a complete vehicle inspection for you.
Troy, I'm going to stop you right here. Right? I'm going to stop you right there. I want you to just back up just for a second, start over. Tell me something good right up front. First move. Brian, I've got good news for you. Can you talk for a minute?
What are you doing? I didn't know you was here today.
See what I'm saying, Troy?
Phone training.
Sure. I normally do that when I'm talking about the inspection, but we can do it as front if you like.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying you're calling him back about the inspection about his vehicle, and you're going to upsell him on brakes. You start out the conversation by, "I've got good news for you." That's what I want you to do.
All right, sure.
All right, go ahead, try it.
Ling-a-ling.
Hello.
Hello, can I speak to Brian, please?
Yes, sir. This is Brian.
Hey, Brian, this is Troy at the Auto Repair Center for you. I've got some great news today for you. We just finished up the inspection and oil change and rotation on your 07 Camry, and I'll tell you what, it's looking really good. With 148,000 miles, you've done some fantastic work on maintaining that vehicle. Don't see any oil leaks or anything like that. Your tires are actually in pretty good shape, and we also checked your fluids. The fluids look fabulous, and it actually looks like it's been changed recently. So those are all in good shape. What I want to do for you today, there was some brake maintenance. You did ask us to have a look at those brakes, and my ASC certified technician, they took those wheels off, we rotated them, and we had a look at your pads and your rotors. rotors are still in good shape. Those can be resurfaced for you as a matter of maintenance. And those pads are down to about 2 millimeters. So we need to make sure that we go ahead and get that changed for you today and get you safely back on the road. Now, I can have that done for you today by about 3 o'clock, and we can get you back on the road. It's going to be $365.20 out the door. Just checking my figures there for you. And I can either bring that to you at work today about 3 o'clock, or you can pick it up after you get off. Which one's going to work better for you?
I could come pick it up.
You can go pick it up. Okay, well, that's fantastic. And just as a reminder, we do have payment plans that start at $40 a month with or without credit, if that's helpful in your cash flow situation. Otherwise, we'll have that done for you after work and have you safely back on the road today, Brian.
All right, sounds good.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Troy. Good work. Good energy. Right? See the big difference up front. I got good news for you. Everybody wants to hear the good news, right? That's why I want everybody to start out with that conversation. Start out with that declaration. I've got great news for you. Good work, Troy. Good energy. How did that feel for you, Troy, doing it like that?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
Great.
Good. Steve Coward, are you there, buddy? You back? Mitch Mitchell. Raised hand for 1 second. Mitch Mitchell. Curtis, you want to try it again?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Hello.
Hey, good morning, Brian. This is Curtis at In-N-Out Tire Pros. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Great. I have some great news for you. We've completed the oil change, and in doing that, we did a full inspection on the vehicle for you. We topped off all your fluids, took samples, and checked everything out. Everything there looks great and is on track for service. We checked your air filter, your wipers, and also checked your brakes in the process. In the process of checking your brakes, we did notice that your pads were down to 2 millimeters and your rotors did have a pretty strong rust ridge on them. So we are going to go ahead and get you priced up and for doing a brake job today. When you get brakes through us, it does give you a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty, and we could have this done by 3 o'clock for you today at a total price of $365. Would you like us to pick you up, or would you be able to come in before we close? We can have this done today for you. I think I jumped around a little.
Yeah, I could shoot over there after work. Why don't you just give me a call when it's finished?
That sounds great. So I'm going to go ahead and tell my ASE certified tech to go ahead and get your brakes pulled apart. We'll have this all taken care of and flushed by 3 o'clock, and you'll be ready to go. So,
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
thank
Curtis,
you.
I love your mood and your energy. All you got to do is practice the approach a little bit.
Yeah,
Practice.
I bounced around a little, I felt.
Yeah, that's all right. Here's the other thing. Down here, right? The reason this should be, I got to change this. This is the declaration, what I want to do for you today. This is important to say this first.
Yeah.
What I want to do today, Brian, is front brake maintenance on your vehicle. Simple front brake maintenance. Then you provide the evidence for it. The reason I want to do that is because it's worn out. And the reason I want you to do it this way, Curtis, and this goes for everybody, is because you could say several things right here. I want to do front brake maintenance. I want to do an engine flush, and I want to put on 4 new tires. Let me tell you why. And then you give the reasons. It's just a way to organize. It's a way to organize your thinking.
Yeah, that's where I skipped it, and I went to the reason before I said what I want to do.
Correct. Exactly. That's exactly. I want you to declare what you want to do. Right? Because then the reasons, you can only go into the reasons as deep as you have to go, depending on the customer. I want to put 4 new tires on your car. I want to do an engine flush, and I want to do front brake service. Out the door, it's only going to be $1,465 complete. I will have everything ready for you by 4 o'clock. You can come in then, or I can come get you. If you know the guy well enough, you might not even have to go into the reasons. You see what I'm saying? So why start there?
Okay.
You can get lost, and this could be a conversation where if you know a lot about vehicles, you could also get lost in that data in detail. See what I'm saying? So you just want to be careful. You want to put in just enough reasons, enough evidence to get the job done. And you know what you said before? You said, didn't you say something about a digital inspection?
Yeah, we do a tablet inspection here where we text message it to the customer and they get pictures of everything that we inspect.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I mean,
it's a
I would
really good
include
tool.
that. Yeah, I love it. Great work, though. I mean, you're really on the way. Why don't you try an inbound call with Brian now? Just switch gears. Just do the inbound call. All right. Go ahead, Brian. You give him a call.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Hello.
You're the inbound guy now, Curtis.
I'm calling you at the store.
You're calling me at, oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was calling me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
And then Tire Pros, this is Curtis. How may I help you today?
Hey, Curtis, good morning. I was trying to get in there for an oil change and a rotation and get my front brakes inspected.
That sounds great. I can help you with that. Who am I speaking to today?
My name's Tommy.
Hey, Tommy. This is Curtis. And have you done business with us before?
Nope, my coworkers, they told me you're the man.
All right, that's great. Well, you've called the right place. And give me just a second here. I'm going to check my schedule to see what we can when we can get you in for this. It does look like tomorrow morning we have an appointment at 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. with one of my technicians. How does that sound? Or what's best for you?
10 a.m. would be good.
That's perfect. What's your phone number?
222-7498.
Awesome, Tommy. I have you all penciled in for 10 a.m. tomorrow. When you come in, my name is Curtis. Just ask for me, and I'll take great care of you.
All right, Curtis, sounds good. See you then.
Yes, sir. You have a great day, Tommy. Thank you.
Fabulous. Good work. Good work. I want to just one bit of coaching on that. It looks like I would exercise that. I have an appointment for you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Doesn't look like I have one, right? One's stronger than the other. That's all. Good work
Okay.
today, Curtis. Excellent. I want to jump over. Laura, would you like to practice an inbound call? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you like to practice an inbound call with Brian?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Brian, this is Laura, right? She runs one of the stores for Premier, right? So go ahead. Just work the level 1 approach with her. Go ahead.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Thanks for calling Premier Tire and Auto. This is Laura. How can I help you?
Hey, Laura, good morning. How are you? I was hoping to get in for an oil change and a rotation.
Sure, I can help you with that. Who am I speaking with today?
My name's John.
Hi, John. Have you ever done business with us before?
Nope, I Googled you, and you're
Okay,
close to
definitely.
my job, so.
Well, great. You definitely called the right place. Hold on one moment. Let me check my schedule for you. Great news. I can do it 1 o'clock today or 3 o'clock. Which works best for you?
1 would be perfect for me.
Okay. When you come in, ask for me. My name is Laura, and I'll take great care of you. Can I have the
All
phone
right.
for my schedule?
Yes, ma'am. 555-3891.
Thank you so much. We'll see you at 1 o'clock.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
This is that movie, A Star Is Born, right? You sound. I love your. Well, I love your. Some things that are really important. Energy. You got wonderful energy and a wonderful mood,
Good.
right? And so just practicing the approach is going to become easier and easier and easier. How does it feel for you first time out?
Good. Started first thing this morning doing it here on the phone calls too. So it's been
Good.
a process for sure, but I love it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you're going to have fun with it. You
Yeah.
are going to have fun with it, guys. Hey, great work today. Fabulous, Curtis. Excellent work today. This is how we do it. Troy, thank you. We'll catch up with Steve and Mitch next time. Guys, have a great weekend.
Thanks,
You too,
Dan.
sir. Thank
Be
you.
good, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Brian.